jacket. I like it though.
Last night you guys didn't get out to the start you wanted. How much emphasis was there on the first 10 or so minutes tonight?
Yeah, well, I mean, a lot. But it was about the way we wanted to play, and I thought we accomplished everything we wanted to in the first period. Got back for pucks in a hurry, tried to simplify our game on our exits, and then we wanted to have a linear, fast attack. And I thought we did that in the first period. We established a great forecheck, spent a bunch of time in the offensive zone. We had our rush chances when things were there, but we were disciplined with the puck and our decisions, especially coming through the neutral zone. So it set us up for a good period. You know, we get the benefit of the 5-minute major early. We earned another power play. We had 15 shots, which is what I wanted. Did a nice job in the first, and that set us up for success the rest of the way.
How did you feel about the power plays kind of progression as the night went on? Obviously, it was a little slow early and it seemed to be better.
I think it's hard when you just come right out of the gate and you're not even like really engaged in the game yet, and all of a sudden you get a power play. So like the first few minutes of that power play just did not look good. Execution was poor. It's some of the guys' first shifts on the ice. But I thought as even that 5-minute major went on, we kind of got back to what we were doing yesterday, moving it, shooting it, retrieving it, getting back in attack mode, and obviously a couple nice plays. The second one was excellent, obviously, to be able to stay in there, make a couple seam passes, and kind of get the same goal on both those power plays. So really good execution on both those goals.
How is Kale McCarr and what's his stats?
He's day-to-day. Doing good, but just he's got a nagging injury, lower body, that's we don't want to make it get worse. So he it's the same thing that kept him out last week for a couple games or a game, and then he played, and so we're just kind of trying to be safe with that. It's not nothing serious, but we also don't want it to become serious.
Sure,
Will
to keep
that? Will he be on that flight tomorrow?
Yeah, he'll be on the flight.
I keep asking about MacKinnon. I'm not trying to ask different ways, but just how much confidence does he give the team when he's contributing just up and down the lineup like that?
Well, he was outstanding tonight. Okay, I thought those guys had a rougher night last night. Fall behind early, kind of on our heels right away. Our top guys can have a tendency, I think, they know how the game started, they know where we're at from behind, that they put more pressure on themselves to produce, and often that leads to some riskier plays and just not the way we want to play, or not the way they generally have success playing either. Tonight, I think our team came out with the right intent, and those guys led the way. So I thought they were dominant the whole night, and the scoring chances that they had produced, like that I glanced at in between periods through 2 periods, was excellent. But they were checking the right way. They had a really good north attack mentality, and it just seemed like they were seeing the ice and finding open ice and getting back above pucks and checking the puck back and then going again. So I think when our team plays like that, and when those guys play like that, it gives their team a lot of confidence.
Nate credits his off-ice work for where he's at right now. He says he's seeing the game slower. Is that something you're seeing too, the kind of...
he's always been an exceptional worker off the ice, and he sets himself up for success on game day by the way he prepares, whether that's gym, diet, practice. You watch him in practice, and he doesn't want to do a lot of reps of one thing, but when he does his reps, he does them full speed, gets what he needs out of it, and then he's ready to move on to something else. And that's that's the example that he sets for us. So everything that he does, even before and after practice work, it's something that he's identified that he wants to improve on or stay sharp on, and he drags other guys into that. Like his preparation and his competitiveness is why he's as good as he is.
I know your top line over the past few years has had some crazy stretches, but is the last 10 or 15 games near kind of the peak of what?
I don't know. I can't remember all the stretches. It's been a great stretch. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. So I mean, they've been impactful on most nights.
Coach Gary was back in that tonight after not playing the last 2 games. What did you think of his game?
I thought he was fantastic. Yeah, I thought he was great. I mean, you look at the 2 goals they get. Even the first penalty kill goal, I think we're kind of trying to do everything right. We're protecting the slot. They move it to the point. He hammers it. It's a perfect shot. And the guy just deflects it and obviously changed direction in a big way, and it goes in. I think that's the type of, if you're going to give up a power play goal, like that's the type of goal that you'd want to give up. Didn't love the second one. Not from Gorgie's standpoint, but from our team standpoint. But I think, we got sloppy a couple times tonight for some 5-minute stretches, not often, but they created some really good looks and some difficult saves, and I thought he was really sharp, really
Some
sharp.
changes to the middle of the lineup lead to immediate results. How much of
Yeah.
it was born from necessity, and how much of it is trying to get the best out of some of those players specifically?
I'd say the latter. Yeah. Like I haven't, the second line mix, Johansson line just has not been where I want it to be. I just felt like putting a couple workers with them, like Cogliano, O'Connor, that maybe we could get more out of that. I thought Joe played his best game in a while. And, I just felt like there's portions to Drouin's game that could maybe help Colton and Wood and vice versa, like along the same lines. So we just make, a little tweak, and it actually benefited both lines tonight. So could see it going against Chicago, and we'll see. There's oftentimes we've made changes that we've been getting some results on, and then we have been unable to sustain them. But in theory, I like what both of those lines could be and what they were tonight.
How about the gumption Walensky showed after being bloodied, going off, coming back?
Yeah, I mean, he's a tough competitor. Like, he's a quiet guy, but he's a competitor. That's a tough hit to take. He felt fine. He needed to go off and get the stitches and get zipped up. And, I think you come to expect that from most hockey players. But he came back and played a really nice game after that. So he wasn't timid or shying away from anything. So good on him to stick with it and keep playing his game and be a positive contributor.
Any last one?
Was Ben Myers healthy tonight, and what just kind of led to the decision?
Yeah, he was healthy.
Yeah. You touched on Drouin briefly, but he has 11 points in his last 19. Just how pleased are you with kind of his progression from maybe where he was 10 games into the season to now?
Yeah, I think he had a rough start. We've talked about that already for multiple reasons. He gradually got better, and he's kind of hit his stride. Lots of strengths to his game that I like. He's really helped our power play here recently, especially like once our power play's kind of gotten back on track a little bit. He's a big part of that. But 5-on-5, he's using his skating and his skill a little bit more than what he was early in the year. But he's also got more competitive in areas to help pick up pucks. And like, he's not the biggest guy. It's not necessarily part of his natural game or DNA to be too physical, but he still has the ability and second effort in a lot of our battles now to try and come up with pucks and continue our offensive zone play or get us moving in the right direction. He's done that more consistently here recently, so I'm pretty happy with his game.
Okay, thanks, Drew.
Yeah.
Thanks.